Hey, what's up, guys? I am here to give you a Raw review for January 13th, 2014. I'm still saying 2013. Um, I thought this was a good Raw. Not a lot of matches down, but you know what? I like the matches though. You don't need to have a lot of matches to have a good Raw. They had some good stuff on the show. Um, we get JBL, Michael Cole, and we get the return of Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. I think that's fine. Then we get Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, versus Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Pretty much Bryan and Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt destroy the Usos throughout the match, and then when the Usos start to make a comeback, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper jump in and attack them, but then one of the Usos kicks Daniel Bryan in the face and runs off and does a hit and run attack. And then Bray Wyatt forced Daniel Bryan to sacrifice himself, so he hit Sister Abigail on him as like a sacrifice. So that was pretty much how that all went down. But this wasn't over yet. We got Damien Sandow versus John Cena. It was John Cena's first match in 2014. They hyped it up like it was some big deal. I guess it was an okay match. I think what ruined the match for me wasn't that I knew that John Cena was going to win. It looked like John Cena could have finished him off any point he wanted to. At one point when Sandow kicked out of his tornado DDT, he just kind of laughed saying, "I'm going to put this guy away." So it seems like John Cena kind of took it easy on Sandow. But yeah, Sandow held a good match against John Cena. He did that neckbreaker move. Cena did the STF, but Sandow hit the phone house and slam. He hit a sick neckbreaker move, kind of like Curtis Axel's neckbreaker move he does, except it looks sicker. He did a like a crossface. He counted the STFU into a crossface. Then Cena got hit the FU and got the win, so it doesn't surprise me. We get Kane and Brad Maddox backstage. They talk about what went down with the Wyatt family and the Usos. So they say that tonight's main event is going to be a rematch, the Usos versus Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan in a steel cage match. But Kane adds an extra twist. Kane is going to chain the door shut, and he is going to lock the door, and he's going to be the only one with the key. So I think that's fine. We got Big Show versus Jack Swagger with Antonio Cesaro and Zeb Coulter. I actually forgot to mention this on my SmackDown review. Big Show was on Miz TV, and he announced that he says that he doesn't like Brock Lesnar, never will. So he challenges him to a fight, and Paul Heyman makes it a match at the Royal Rumble. So it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Big Show. And Big Show just squashes Jack Swagger here. He does fight off Cesaro, but Cesaro doesn't really do much, and then he knocks out Zeb Coulter. I thought this was fine. I didn't really care for it. I don't like the fact that the Real Americans are kind of being jobbed out right now. But I thought this was fine because Big Show yeah, hold on. I thought this was fine because they're trying to build Big Show up to go against the monster Brock Lesnar, and obviously he's going to lose. I think he'll probably be on Raw next week to do one final thing for it, and then that will be it. And that's for the Big Show Brock Lesnar thing. It's fine, you know. They've had matches in the past, so I'm not really looking forward to it too much. But it's kind of cool. We get to see Brock Lesnar wrestle at the Royal Rumble. He doesn't usually do that. And then we got a rematch. The New Age Outlaws, which consist of Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg. And they're in that joke group of DX. And CM Punk versus The Shield. Henceforward, The Shield dominates Punk. And then CM Punk goes to make a hot tag to one of them. But the New Age Outlaws just leave. And Roman Reigns spears Punk for the win. And afterwards, they triple powerbomb him. Short and simple. The Wyatt family's backstage. They kind of just say a bunch of nonsense. I kind of forget what they said. The Funkin' Actors versus AJ Lee and Tamina. AJ Lee hits the Shining Wizard on, the Funkin' Actors, by the way, consists of Naomi and Cameron. So she hits the Shining Wizard on Naomi and gets the win. And then afterwards, not Naomi, Cameron. And then Naomi fights off AJ Lee. They might do AJ Lee versus Naomi at the Royal Rumble for the Divas Championship. I guess that's fine. Randy Orton's backstage, and he's trying to find Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And, anyhow, he's trying to find them, and then, he just asked where they are. So then he finds Kane backstage, and he wants to talk to the Authority, and he says that, the Authority's not there. Thank fucking God! Thank fucking God we haven't seen fucking Triple H for 2 weeks. Fuck you, Triple H. If you fucking go into the Hall of Fame, I'm gonna fucking flip out. If you go into the fucking Hall of Fame this year, you better not have another fucking match, and we better never not fucking see you again. If you get put into the Hall of Fame, I'm not even gonna watch your induction, cause you're a piece of shit. And I'm gonna get more into that in a different kind of video. Cause Triple H is a fucking piece of shit, and it's been an asshole all his life. If you ask me who the heel of the year is, last year, it was fucking Triple H, cause he's been an asshole all his life. He's a marketing scam, he's a fucking piece of shit. So fuck you, Triple H, and you don't deserve to be fucking COO. You married your fucking way into the business. But anyhow, Kane says he can, take his aggression out on Kofi Kingston. Randy Orton can, so he makes Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston. Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, we find out that Ultimate Warrior is going to be the first inductee into the Hall of Fame. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Ultimate Warrior. I'm not a big fan because I had to pay $100 just to get his autograph, and we had to wait in this fucking huge line. I think that was my poll. But yeah, huge line, and we talked to everyone. We had to wait forever. Not worth $100. I didn't even get one an autograph. Yeah. But he's better than fucking Triple H. Fuck you, Triple H. Fuck you. Anyhow, we got that. Then we get Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston. Yeah. This match was okay. I thought it was okay. Randy Orton wanted to take out his anger on Kofi Kingston, and he did throughout this match. Anytime Kofi Kingston would get some offense going, he would put a stop to his offense. And Kofi Kingston hung around. He let him hang around. Randy Orton was about to finish him off, goes for the drop down DDT and hits the SOS and gets the win. So, Kofi Kingston got his surprise win. I was actually shocked too. I thought they were going to give the win to Orton. But this made sense. It sets up the next thing. So Randy Orton's all pissed. He lost the match. He attacks, and then because John Cena's father was sitting front row, and he attacks John Cena's father again. It seems like every time John Cena's father's in the front row, he gets used in a storyline. And then John Cena comes out. They take him to the ambulance, and I think we found out he has like a fractured eye or something. And he tells the fans to move. Cena had told the fans to move. I don't even know if the fans took it seriously. And then we got Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus Ryback and Curtis Axel. Cody Rhodes beats Curtis Axel with crossroads. Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio. Rey Mysterio. This wasn't a bad match. It wasn't the best match they ever had. Rey Mysterio is getting older though, so we can't do as much of high flying moves. This was his first one-on-one match back. I haven't seen him in a one-on-one match, so and Rey Mysterio hits the 619 and goes to hit the splash on him, but Del Rio kicks him in the head. It gets him in the cross arm break, and Rey Mysterio taps out. And then Del Rio gets on the mic, and Alberto Del Rio and Batista have been having a Twitter war, and then so he says that next week he's going to confront Batista and he's going to throw him over at the Royal Rumble, and then you won't be the one that they'll be talking about, so I will be. So now we know so now Del Rio is going to confront Batista. It looks like this is going to be like a feud. Hopefully this isn't a match in Mania. I'd rather see Batista versus Brock Lesnar, the Animal versus the Beast. That would make more sense. I don't want to see Del Rio Batista at Mania. It wouldn't suck. It just would not be a WrestleMania match. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Batista back next week too. That's going to be the big show where Batista comes back. Then Kane and CM Punk's backstage. CM Punk is pissed that the New Age Outlaws turned his back on him. But Kane tells him, you have a chance to main event WrestleMania. So you can, because you're going to be in the Royal Rumble match. We find out some guys that are going to be in the Royal Rumble match. We found out Biggie Langston's gonna be in the Royal match, so that should be fun. The Miz, I'm not really a huge fan of Miz anymore. He doesn't do anything. R-Truth could care less. Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, so maybe they're trying. He could be a possible winner now. Cody Rhodes and Goldust. I have a feeling that's gonna be maybe when they turn on each other. Rey Mysterio, CM Punk, and Fandango. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them in the Royal Rumble match. Get back to my notes here. Yeah, but we also found out CM Punk, and CM Punk says he's gonna win the Royal Rumble. I don't think he's gonna win the Royal Rumble, though. I have a feeling he'll get screwed over. Then we get a little Usos video package, kind of showing like who they are, telling them that they're gonna defeat the Wyatt family. Then we get Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan versus the Usos in a steel cage match. I thought this was good, you know. It was a different way to main event the show. I mean, the Usos main evented Raw. I don't think they ever main evented. Okay, yeah, they did. Actually, they never have main evented Raw, and I thought this was good. They main evented Raw, but this is like the first highlight moment. This is, I think, one of the biggest matches they've had. The worst. This wasn't the best cage match. But I don't remember the last time I saw a tag team cage match. It's been a while since we've seen a tag team steel cage match. I'm glad we got to see it here, so I'm really happy. And throughout the match, Bryan and the Usos are destroying them. I think at one point the Usos double backdrop Daniel Bryan off the top of the cage. Yeah, and they're stopping each other trying to escape, and obviously the door they can't escape through the door because it's locked. And then Daniel Bryan's trying to stop one of the Usos, and he kicks and then Daniel Bryan gets kicked on the ropes, and Bray Wyatt was on the ropes, so he goes balls first into the ropes, and then the Usos get the win and attack Eric Rowan and Luke Harper afterwards and hit and run away. So then Bray Wyatt forcing Daniel Bryan to sacrifice himself again. He's about to do it, but this time Bryan doesn't do it. He goes off on Bray Wyatt. He attacks Bray Wyatt, does all his moves, hits the flying knee on him. And Daniel Bryan finally snaps out of it. He is finally out of the Wyatt family. I'm happy about it. I was expecting them to do it one more Raw, but maybe they wanted to. I don't know why they didn't do it one more Raw, but you know, I'm happy though what it turned out to be. At least he was. I know it wasn't as long as John Cena beat in the Nexus, but at least he was actually full with it. He actually wore the attire. He cut the crazy promos, and he acted like. He actually tried to contribute to the Wyatt family, unlike John Cena, who just wore the Nexus armband and still was John Cena. Nothing was different about John Cena. So I'm happy what it turned out to be. I'm assuming Daniel Bryan will be in the Royal Rumble. And I found out, too, that on SmackDown we're going to get Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus the New Age Outlaws. That should be good. But that's pretty much it for Raw tonight. There wasn't a lot to talk about, but there was a lot that happened. It was a pretty simple show. I'm glad they had a main event cage match. I'm glad the Usos got showcased. I think the Usos could be the next tag team champions. I would like to see the Real Americans hold the tag team championships too. But, you know, I think the Usos, I'm really behind the Usos right now. And I think the Usos have a chance of being tag team champions. You know what else made this Raw good? No fucking dickhead Triple H. That guy has a dick on his nose, by the way, if you didn't know. That guy, his nose looked like it's not even a nose. It's just a big cock. So, yeah, Triple H, you could go fuck yourself.